Hello guys, welcome back again. This is Nyabu Hanse podcast hosted by Pablo_KE and
Tende_Marwa.
yeah, welcome back again. Tende,
Yeah.
how have you been?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah,
At least today the weather is a bit friendly compared to the
other day and
the other
yesterday,
three previous
days.
days. It's
It's
like
been
we're
raining.
experiencing winter here in Kenya, East Africa. But we thank the Lord for the rains because there are so many parts of this country that do not
Yeah.
experience such rainfall.
But yesterday, the other day and
It
yesterday,
was extremely cold.
and rained throughout.
It was so cold to an extent that I never felt like getting out. Like yesterday, it rained the whole day.
But you know
Yeah.
what, Tende, that's why at times I do tell people that Africa, we are blessed.
We are blessed.
We are so much blessed.
We are so much blessed.
And if you see, mostly in our village here, not all part of Kenya, in the village here, we got 2 seasons of planting seasons, right?
Yeah.
We got, I think, February
and also December.
No, December, August.
No, seasons of planting seasons
yeah.
is between December and Jan. Like right now,
Jan, people
have started planting. Harvesting will be
August, right?
August, July, August,
then January,
then January or December. So we have perennial rains, and the other ones are called annual rains. So we are blessed. That's why it's so hard to find farmer in here in the village, man.
But most people do tend like to feel like Africa in general, we are poor. Because our leaders make us look poor. You know why I was pushing for Trump presidency? Because of such kind of things. Like now he stopped aid towards HIV.
Man, talking of poverty. Poverty. Now it is time for East Africa countries, or it is time for Africa as a continent to start standing on by their own, finding their own solutions, because it is a wake-up call for us. It is high time people wake up and smell the coffee.
That's the thing.
Things are changing, man.
Even there's a quote I saw, this where someone was complaining like, now I think Trump did the wrong thing. But no, why should they be sending aid to these countries, and yet it doesn't reach the right people? You get that? People end up stashing the money. And the funny thing is, when they go for their conferences, they go hire 5-star hotels. You get that? And remember, you go
they ride
the
gas and fuel machines. By the way, Pablo, speaking of that, do you know that our former president is trending right now?
Former president?
Jaden, we call him. Our former president is trending because of because of whatever he said the other day.
I remember that's what I was looking for. Oh, that's the one
they were in Mombasa. They were in what do we call it? Not a meeting. What is it called? A health. Let me say health meeting where they came together.
All the shareholders,
stakeholders,
right?
And he said, why are people complaining? Why are they complaining that Trump has withdrawn the supply of medical upkeep for TB, malaria, for HIV people? Why are people complaining? We don't pay them tax.
Yeah, true.
We are not paying them. They just did it out on our goodwill. Why are people complaining? Then he's trending right.
Because you know what, and when you're in government, you can see that. But when you're outside government, now he's outside the government, that's why you see like, no, there's no need. Of which to me it makes sense. The people who give aid are mostly the people from the United States, United Kingdom. They pay taxes.
It is under World Vision.
World Vision, right? Yeah. But the highest funders are Americans, and they're the ones that fund a lot of. I think they're the highest funders.
Like if you speak of malaria, now there's not going to be supply of these nets you see here in the village, because to some extent I was like, what is going to happen? Because we are being in the village. Kenya, especially the Nyanza region
Yeah,
do
upcountry, yeah,
experience
a lot of
a
malaria.
lot of malaria. That's why good people, you see most of us here in the village, they mostly fell sick because
So
of
malaria.
malaria. That's why you see they do supply nets, free nets
Yeah.
every year. We are given free nets, free treatment of malaria. But now that we've withdrawn the funding on malaria free nets, people are going to suffer. And some of us were using those nets to fence our kitchen garden.
You know, we're now, Tende,
Yeah.
let's be realistic. When was the last time that you were sick of malaria?
To be honest, when was it? 2023.
You can't recall. You know why I've asked you that? You know why I've asked you that?
Yeah.
Because now we are, how do you call, like you're resistant. The mosquitoes are beaten us now, even the bodies, our body, we become immune. You get that? So, if you knew you come to the village, trust you me, you'll be sick of malaria. For instance, when you come from the city, you know in the city there's no malaria.
That's the time I felt sick for like 2 to 3 weeks. I could not.
Yeah, you
I had traveled during the Ayamarwa's party. After the party, that's when I
you got sick. I remember.
Yeah, I got sick like 3 weeks.
Because you stayed for a long period of time
without coming, being in the village, to be honest. Yeah.
So the moment you come, because now the weather, the climate, you've been used to the city. You know, city there are mosquitoes there, but I don't know what they do there. But they usually say malaria usually where they are, I don't know, they call it
breed,
semi-arid area, I think something like that, and equatorial, I don't know what. So there are high chances of getting malaria. But now here's the thing. We've got what we call, is it KEMRI, the government Institute of Research and whatever. We've got good medical practitioners, of which government doesn't want to invest in those people.
Not even investing, Pablo. Let me tell you something. After, if you have wind of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a country that never wanted to depend on this UN supply support. It never wanted grants from there.
Okay.
Burkina Faso is a very small country compared to Kenya, and they have the best medical equipment.
Are you serious?
Go do your research, bro.
Because you know, Burkina Faso started coming to my attention when the president Traore, the moment the Traore, the guy from the army,
Ibrahim,
but he's really doing.
He's called Ibrahim
Traore.
I don't know how to pronounce that name, but but he has done a very wonderful job. There is free clinics in the rural areas, and if you go, I did a story like 2 years ago, and if you compare Burkina Faso and Kenya, we are way above them.
That was before he came in or after he came in?
Even right now, in terms of tax collection.
Wow. Even before he came in?
Yes, we are way above. Go do your research, man. That they have the best medical equipment, medical health facilities in Africa. If I'm not wrong, go find a research. He's called, I know him as Ibrahim, but I don't know how to pronounce the other name. That guy from the army. And he withdrew. He said they no longer need that.
That's why you see they've tried assassinating him, but everybody in the world loves him.
Yeah,
he's a young man, he's 35, I think, maybe 36.
Right now he's heading to 38 years, if I'm not wrong.
36, I think.
You know,
but look at his leadership.
Yeah.
Like under even the salary, he reduced his salary. He said, no, let me work, because he brought what he wanted the people to feel. Maybe in the future he might change, but we don't know. But he's done a lot. Done a lot.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. Can you compare Kenya to Burkina Faso?
No, because we are
way above them.
We are very far.
I saw him. He also convinced Niger, this country of Niger in Africa. He convinced the Niger country that they have withdrawn themselves from ECOWAS.
Wow!
I'm telling you, that guy. If I was doing a research, I told 2 years ago, and right now, if you go find out whatever is going on in the village, in their health facilities, let it be a benchmark for us. Because as Kenyans, if they are able to sustain their TB patients, malaria patients, without any support,
malaria is very high,
compared to Kenya. Then why should we complain? To some extent, it is a wake-up call for us, for the stakeholders. But another thing is, I saw there is a waiver. Trump had a waiver on the supply, and it's going to supply the TB, the malaria, and other what ARVs for a while. There is a waiver, and the other day the director of health, what Amoth, he's called Patrick Amoth. He did assure Kenyans that there is a stock for that will last for 6 months. After then, they don't know, but they're working towards it. But come to think of it, Pablo, before the funding came in, I think the funding came in late 2012, or if I'm not wrong, people used to buy the ARVs.
I remember.
They used to buy
the. In fact, Obama administration, is the one who now funded more to Africa. To Africa. But they used to. I remember people used to go and buy. On their own, but then I think now that's when Obama administration came in, like, no, let's help these guys. But on another side, I'll be like, it's making our African leaders lazy. They take so much, but they do little.
Yeah,
a serious leader will not look onto like I want to enrich myself.
No, it is fattening. Let me say, use this word. It is fattening their pockets.
Their pockets,
because there is allocation for the health ministry.
That's the thing.
You find the stakeholders in the health ministry, they will always know that they will get the supply of ARVs and whatever, and the money that is set aside for this work, it's no longer used. They fatten their pockets. And another thing is that, Pablo, while I was in Nairobi, there is a time we did a research in Kibera, Katwekera slum. Those ARVs are being misused. Wow. You'll find the target, let me say, not target audience, the targeted victims are not receiving them. Most, I'm not saying all, but most of them. Yeah. And you find them, they have to part with a few coins so that they can get the RV and the other things that they need. And some things are like the they are called pre-peps. Pre-peps, right now, it's being misused. Let me say in quotes, misused, because most of the young ladies, young men, women, in informal settlements in these big cities, like I know of Nairobi, and there is a time we did a story, and the ladies were like, we are no longer afraid of getting HIV/AIDS because right now we use the PrEP. Then I was like, are you sure? How can you get it and you are not a victim? And she told me, come, let me show you. We went and bought. We posed as those twin light girls, and we bought those medicine in Katwekera formal settlement in Kibera. That was something that made me to think, then how come they are selling this medicine to people on a higher price and they're being given freely? Wow. The only thing that I usually see that is donated is this what do you call it? Protection, the condom. Yeah, the condom. That are everywhere in the city council. But the other things, I don't think that they exist. But it is a wake-up call for Africa, and Jaden, our former president, I clap for him. He's trading, man. He's trading.
They're coming. I can see the government bloggers now. They're onto him like, "Oh, did you?" No, it's, you can't be, now you're in government, you start pointing fingers. I really hate that. Work. Advise the president like, hey, son, now this is a wake-up call. Let's see plan B, because you should always have a plan B. You get that? If plan B fails, you should have plan C.
Me, I don't think that it's going to be hard. But let's look it on the other side of the coin. There are those who couldn't afford buying this ARVs.
For instance, Tender, let's not go there. For instance, in our county itself, just go see our hospital, the conditions at the hospital are, you're like, why do I like this government?
Leave alone those hospitals. Me, I'm talking of the victims in the village.
It's the same thing.
Like the health workers that are always visiting these people, giving them. There are some of them who cannot afford
Yeah, they can
By
afford.
then, back then when people were buying, it used to go around 10,000
Yeah,
Kenyan
it was very
shillings.
expensive.
And it was in early 2000s.
Mhm.
Yeah. Before Obama came into power.
Yeah.
So you can imagine a peasant farmer in the village who
Cannot be able
doesn't
to
afford,
manage it.
yeah, it will be so hard for those people to live, because the what do city count will go
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
and some of them will end up dying. But let's look at the negative side. I can see, I smell, I'm not a prophet of doom, but we are going to experience
More deaths, huh?
more deaths, and HIV prevalence is going to rise,
Yeah.
especially in our region here in Nyanza
In
region.
Nyanza region, yeah,
We
which has a
usually
high
lead in
yeah.
Homa Bay counties.
county.
Yeah, we will usually lead. It's going to be a very, very, it is let me
So
say,
to rise again, come back, the numbers will go high.
even something is that is paining is that in Homa Bay, it's where the cases of malaria are high.
Yeah, high, yeah.
In the Nyanza region, let me
yeah.
say,
Yeah.
that is where we are
Yeah.
as Nyabuhasa village. And also it is the region where the prevalence of HIV is also high.
Yeah.
But all in all, we have to come up and find a solution. Our president and our leaders have to find a solution, because we do pay tax.
Yeah, true. They should.
It is now high time they stop misusing the tax and utilize it
and channel the money to the
right, to where it's supposed to be. Like the other day, I saw the president cutting off the upkeep, let me say, for the Kenya Defense Forces. Then I was like, what the heck? Where are we heading to?
That's risky.
It is so disheartening. Speaking of uniting, Pablo,
yeah.
What do you have to say about the war escalating right now in Congo?
You know, I've seen so many articles, even this whereby, firstly, South Africa now they're on loggerheads with Rwanda.
Rwanda,
I don't know because of M23 rebels.
And
you know,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know where they are pointing fingers at. You know why South Africa? Some of their soldiers, I don't know, 9 or 15, 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Died just the other day, right?
Yeah.
Because of those fights. So later on, it's like they realized the rebels, the mercenaries
that were being used
are being handed where? To Rwanda.
To Rwanda.
You get that? So people have been asking, like, why is that? So there's that war of words between South Africa and Rwanda. But you know, I've gone through a lot of articles. The issue of Kinshasa and Goma. People say that Goma is more near to Nairobi than Kinshasa. So
no, the fight is in northern part of Congo. I think in Kivu.
In Kivu,
and Kivu
and Kinshasa.
Kivu and Rwanda,
they're close. Than Kinshasa,
right? The border, yeah. So something is that, but I cannot, I don't know if it is true, but it is believed that the M23, most of them are made of the Tutsis.
The Tutsis, yeah, that's the thing.
And you know the Tutsis, the role that they played in 1994 genocide massacre.
Yeah.
So they are saying right now the Banyamulenge people, they are also in the northern part of Congo.
Yeah.
So they say that the Rwandan president and government is supporting these people.
You know,
that's why you heard Kagame saying the M23 are not Rwandans, but it is believed that Rwandese.
So they are Rwandese?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Or it's stories? But I don't think maybe the president is right.
Good people.
Maybe the president is right.
The president said the other day he was in the East African community meeting. There was a virtual meeting where, you know, our president William Ruto, the current president, is the chairman of East African community.
Okay.
And he had a meeting of this head of states. And the president of Congo never attended the meeting.
Yeah, why didn't he attend? Because Kagame was there, or what was the reason?
He said he was attending to very important
those are excuses. Those are excuses.
You know why? Because that's why I'm telling you, it is believed the M23 are Rwandese.
So let me ask you a question, Tende. So who has interest in DRC?
They say that Rwanda has interest in they are saying that Kagame has interest in DRC because of the gold.
So let me tell you something. because those are stories,
because
right?
of the minerals.
Yeah, the minerals and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you said what the tribe,
Tutsis.
the Tutsis.
Mm.
There are those on in Rwanda, and there are those
Those
also are in
Congo,
it's
right?
like the Kuria tribe that now in Nyabwanzi, the one that is in Tanzania.
Yeah, and there are those ones in,
So
in the border.
during how do you call it?
Genocide.
No, this meeting, these people used to go to Germany. What was it called in history? I don't
The
know.
Berlin,
Berlin
the Berlin
the Berlin.
Conference.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm not wrong, maybe in the comment section someone can tell us that. The white, they call it white settlers,
Mm-hmm.
were all fighting for territories to run territories in
Mm-hmm.
Africa. The Germany, I think they went to Tanzania.
The French went
to West Africa, Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
Britons went to Uganda and
Mm-hmm.
Kenya. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And also DRC and stuff like that. So they started creating the boundaries. You get that?
Mm.
So they're the one who came up with the boundaries. So they never cared about the other communities. Trust to remember, Kuria community, large of it was supposed to be in Tanzania.
We are supposed to be in
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
That's why That's why we are very, but the Kuria community is so much. It's
the
so
Mara
much.
province.
Mara province
is
made of Kuria. It's bigger than Nyanza.
Central. It is equivalent to Central
province. So that means it's all made of Kuria tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that we found ourselves here accidentally. You get that? Mm-hmm. Because of the borders.
Not even accidentally. Do you remember there is a time we went to, it was in 1990, what, 97?
Mm-hmm.
Or 98, when we went to the border, where we were still young, when Mkapa was the president of Tanzania.
Yeah.
And they had suggested the border of Tanzania is supposed to be in Migori.
But Moi never accepted that.
But Moi never accepted that. I can remember even we used to...
Even myself, I couldn't accept to be in Tanzania.
We went there to present poems. That was my first time to get hold of a hand of a president. I remember I never washed my hand.
You had privileges. So what I was telling you,
mm-hmm.
That's the thing. So the Tutsi, as they are claiming that they're being used by the Rwandese government,
mm-hmm.
But in Rwanda, the case of Rwanda, it's a bit, I'll say huge. Cause reason being, there are so many rebel groups in DRC,
mm-hmm.
whereby they're trying to defend their land.
Their gold.
The minerals. There's so much, like copper. I don't these things make like Tesla now that they're using that.
Congo is a blessed country.
It's a blessed country, but very, very poor.
But my question is, I would like to ask you the same thing I had the president of Rwanda asking. What is the interest of South Africa in Congo?
That's
because
the thing.
If Congo is in East Africa, why should South Africa be part of the army that is keeping peace there and to make it worse?
Interest.
What is the interest?
Personal interest. Even the president of the DRC is known as a what?
I don't know what. A great friend of me.
That guy, yeah. Even the other day, I think he's a great friend of William Ruto.
Yeah.
That's even William Ruto. People are throwing words at him, like he called the French president with the issue that how
the Africans can deal with.
I think the president advisors also
but it is high time people come up.
That's the thing now. Even the president, for me, I feel like that's my own personal view. The president of DRC is the one who knows how these rebels and the gold is being taken. How will you, if you're saying that Rwanda is the one that has the rebels, right? The mercenaries, right? How come then all along you're not used your own power to get them from that point and don't arrest them?
Me, something funny is that I was wondering, Rwanda is South Africa is got independence before Rwanda.
Yeah.
No, is it?
Yeah, South Africa is it 19?
Is it?
No, 1994.
Older. 1994.
South Africa is it the time Mandela signed some deals?
1990, not 94. It was 19. From 1989 to 1990.
Are you sure not 1994? I'm very sure South Africa.
So
they're fully independent.
So I'm asking why.
But still, they are like still like to me they're like under still the color.
Then I was like, how comes M23 were able to kill 13 soldiers and they decided to wave a white flag, a sign of surrender and the ceasefire? and the fire ceased. Then I was like, what's the interest?
Don't
What do you
ever
think it is?
joke with people who fight. We call it a guerrilla war.
Guerrilla war.
Hit and run.
Hit and
Hit and
run.
run. They know the jungle well. It's like what we usually get in Pokot and what.
Oh my goodness.
Those people, you remember
In
that
Parker
case of
Hills.
you remember. I think you guys have done.
I was
You know,
there.
there's a time Syntec were there. The time because of the really what.
Yeah, it
There
was
this group,
in Margaret.
Margaret. You know the cases there.
Yeah.
You can get those people at 3 or 4,
15 policemen.
Yeah, you get
Police
that.
officers, I mean, they were killed.
Just like that.
It is a place called Loruk. Yeah.
Those people.
It is a few minutes from Margaret, and it is so thick.
The forest
is so thick.
But those people are so familiar.
With the terrain.
So that's the same thing. So you're coming from South Africa. You've trained. You have high skill. It's like the Black Hawk of the one that happened in Somalia when the Americans tried attacking. They went to Somalia. You know what happened to the Black Hawk?
They are not versatile with the terrain.
With the terrain, yeah. Sometimes you might not blame them because of
There's something. Do you remember there was a militia group called Sabawat Land Defense.
You remember? It's the army that went and it's the army that went and
people were killed.
People were killed. Even police officers couldn't manage.
Yeah,
that's the army. That's why I tell our armies, they're hardcore guys.
That's why they were saying that what is Kenya waiting for? They just said
to DRC. They were there, then they were withdrawn. It started bringing some there was some conflict. I don't know. So
okay.
they had to withdraw them. They had contained and took control of some, but they had to, because it's like you're going to peacekeepers. Like, what are you going to keep with what peace? And we know the really issue where most people are being sent there. You get there's so many, even people, because just imagine, Tesla uses the materials from here. We have copper, we have this thing for the dry cells for the cars. All these raw materials are taken where? To the third world, from the third world countries to the developed first world countries. How do they get there? Where do they get them from? Africa. So even the fingers that they're pointing at Rwanda, at Kagame, to me, I'll say like it's just taking us in circles. But they know the real culprits. We know the real culprits. That's when I want Trump to step. I want Trump to step.
It's okay. And you love Trump so much. And
like
right
him.
now, I can see he has suspended the issue of visas, passport with an ex-gender.
Really?
You know that?
Thumbs up, Mr. President.
No way. He has.
Even in the Bible, God created Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. There's no way that God created Eve and Adam. You get that? In the Bible.
But
all these things started from, I don't know, Sodom and Gomorrah, but when God came back, you saw what he did. You saw what he did. Yeah. Even in LA, most people are saying, I don't know what, but you saw what God did the other day. You saw in Brazil what they were doing. You remember Brazil? Then, I don't know what came and...
The flood.
Yeah, the flood. So people think like there's no God. There is a God. There is a God.
So I saw Trump has suspended
everything because he told you. You know the problem is then that make people tend not to understand is you are born male or female. You go change or.
But there are those who are hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite what?
Yes.
So when you go
organs.
Two sex. Have you ever met them?
Yes,
so
there is one.
Where?
We want good people. There is one here in our area here. I don't know if he's ready. Not in Nyabanse village.
But where?
Korea East.
Are you sure? That one was no. That guy. That guy is. Even our producer knows him.
No, I have a question.
That guy.
Let me ask.
That's a lie.
Is there something that's known as hermaphrodite? It is where a baby is given birth with the two sex organs because it was supposed to be a twin, but it never muted.
How many chances? How many chances are there that something like that happens? Is it Hiroshima and Ryoshi? That book.
And also there is this that we call transgender.
Transgender is someone who goes and changes his or her.
No,
come on, man.
Who is a lady?
No,
is a lady but with beards.
Guess what? Are you forced now to go to be developed muscle?
Without using the
Nothing. Nah, that's a lie.
Oh my God,
that's a lie. Show me. Come to the comment section and tell me I was born a transgender.
If you're a transgender, or if you have ever come across a transgender person, born a transgender, like I mean an hermaphrodite. I'm talking about an hermaphrodite person. You know, Pablo, we are talking because they're there, bro. They're there.
Listen, Trump wouldn't be crazy to come up with such kind of a thing. Do you get that?
Now it is a total bad. He
couldn't come crazy, and if he knew it was there, he wouldn't come and even mention it.
Gender X.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, how are they going to do the passport that had been issued?
You were born. There's a I call her, I don't know, a lady or what. There's a case that we had in Kenya. A lady known as Wambui came to left Africa, left Kenya when he was male. Coming back
a female.
My friend, even the court told you what's your birth certificate saying?
Female.
Male. They're not. No, we can't change that. I don't know what.
Trump is
even Trump said all those transgenders to be taken. Those people changed from because they're having cases in the US whereby they were taking the male who changed to female into females prisons. But you know what? They end up impregnating them.
The female prisoner.
Yeah, even they're even crying. It's too much. So Trump said he signed. He said now from today.
But some people are doing it for money.
And he said from today, all those who changed, converted in it.
But they were doing it for money.
He told them, now they've been touching to male sex.
You're crazy. But they're doing it for money. Pablo is crazy, but some are doing it for money.
Oh, money.
It's like a cult because I've seen even in Nairobi where young girls are being
they're using now Africa because of poverty.
Okay,
you're getting boys now. I don't know what, man. It's a shame. There's one day someone asked me, not in a bad way, because even in college I used to school with those guys. Not like neglecting them.
I had a destimate who was a gay.
Yeah, you
very handsome. People used to be so jealous about me.
Yeah, they think that you're having a thing. Your boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
But they never.
Was not.
Yeah, because.
But he used to come from a very rich family.
That's what happens, and I don't know why.
Every year he used to tell me he'll go to be drained some whatever from the backbone in South Africa. I don't want to talk about it here. So listen, talking of the
visas. So the visas. Trump said what?
They have been suspended.
No more. That's a good thing or a bad thing?
It is either you're a male or female.
Is it a bad thing or a good thing?
It is a good thing, but at the same time a bad thing to others. You know. I'm not in their shoes.
Because you know why? Most of the people used to run. Let them all stay here so that we can pay taxes. But let's not pay taxes.
Some people are like, the other day, some people are like, it's because most of these children were being brought up in a single family. Yeah. They never had a chance of having the dad or the mom in the family.
The father figure.
But I don't think so. That's
it's by someone's choice.
Yeah, it's by choice. By the way, speaking of that, I got some. Oh, my phone is over there. I got some questions, and at first I thought it is offensive, but when I sat back and thought of whatever this guy was asking, I don't know whether he's a guy or
I don't know if male or female.
A female or a man, a male. But the person told me, yes, you're speaking about the girl child, teenage pregnancy. Why are you not speaking about singlehood? Single mothers, to be precise, a case study of Nyabanse village. Then I was like,
Nyabanse village, like in YouTubers or the whole village? To be specific. Because you know these people,
I don't know whether he's a he or she.
They watch YouTubers. They never meant like even if you're having single mothers and or single fathers.
So you mean he was referring, or she was referring to YouTubers?
I think the YouTubers,
at the rise of
there's one I saw made a video because where they're single mothers. I think there's a video someone made.
No, listen, let me be honest. This is my opinion, Pablo. You know, before we get into it, someone can be single by default.
Yeah, I know.
A single parent by default.
Yeah.
Someone can be single parent out of choice.
Yeah.
And someone can be single because of domestic violence.
I know. True.
Right?
True.
Let's get it straight that not everyone who is single, a single mother, is someone who is as they perceive it here, like church leaders are now saying that YouTube has made so many people single. It's a home breaker.
That's why I'm asking. I wanted to post you this. I wanted you to mention that thing so that I can post this question to you. As you move around here, what stories do you hear?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, what stories do you hear? What stories do you hear?
YouTube, in this village, has eroded cultural values. That's number one. And another thing is that we, especially ladies, we have been, they say, tumemea pembe. The holes have grown because of the money that we earn on YouTube.
Got big. They say big heads are big headed now.
We are now big headed because of that. But if I take the case study of Nyabohanse village, I go into details. Not everyone is single out of choice.
Yeah, I know there are those who are single before joining YouTube.
Not out of choice.
Yeah, not out of choice with no reasons.
Like default. For example, if you'll find someone getting married, like in our church, there is very young girls, like 3 of them, who are single moms. I tried to get in touch with them because there is an organization that is taking care of such people, but only if you are under 18 years. And I found out that this girl got married earlier. Within a span of 1 year, the husband died. He died and left the girl with her.
She was paged.
She was still pregnant. So such an incident, that girl is single by default.
It's not.
And there is this one who is single by choice.
But she was married at a tender age.
Yeah.
Before the husband passed on.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake too. So the husband passed on when she was paged, but also I'll blame the parents. Like, why should you marry? Maybe she was 16. Was married or 17.
Is that something we spoke about last time?
Yeah, you get that. And that's the problem.
That's why I'm telling you.
Tender, let me tell you something. There are those, even there's some YouTubers.
Let me finish up. That is single by default. I'm going to single by choice. This mostly occurs on, it touches career women. Career women, they don't want to be tossed around. Like they want to focus on their career, so they opt to get a sperm donor. We call them sperm donors. They can go get a man, get pregnant, have kids, and she continues. She's satisfied with that. That is single by choice, mostly career women. And the third thing is single out of option, because someone being experiencing domestic violence. Right now, you can see there is a rise of femicides cases in Kenya. And mostly it is a result of these domestic violence, wife battering. You know, no, she decides to move out of the marriage because she doesn't want to
stay into that
toxic or abusive marriage. That is someone who is single because of out of portion, and those, I don't know, they have decided. As
I think we are going to wind up in this topic. So here's the thing. The person sending that message, trust you me, even if I don't know what he meant. He meant, if you go deep into that, he meant YouTubers. We've had cases. I've had like 2 cases of YouTubers whereby they had issues. They come on camera and they tell different stories. But the moment you follow up, even there's a time we wanted and wanted to talk about that topic, but you saw people will come to us. We wanted to mention a certain case.
No mentioning
no, but to say this, there's this one channel known as Jen of 1,000 Voices. Go watch her videos. Mostly she usually comes and defend the girl child. I wish one day we'll have her on here.
In
I
fact,
don't
I'm
know if
going
you
to
know her
look for her.
personally.
I know her personally.
We need
She's
to
the
have her
daughter
here.
to my mom's cousin.
We need to have next video, Tende.
Yeah.
Next
I
video.
need to look for her.
Look for her. Next video, I wanted to bring her. I got question to ask her.
Yeah.
And also, if she like us either to host her, because she rarely moves, we can go to her place, do the setup. You get that?
Yeah.
But the husbands, you know why the husbands came in and start having a fight? Because of those phone calls and because of so much phone calls and some stuff that was done during their marriage. You get that? So some, even they can come. The reason as why the person asked was like, you hear talking about that, but trust you me, there's something that is wrong. So with me, I cannot advocate. There are those who left their marriages even before YouTube. I understand their issues. But there are those who are in marriage. But then they parted ways.
But maybe the husband became toxic, man.
Why should the husband become toxic? There's a reason behind that. Why not the other way around? Why not the other way around? You get my point?
Pablo,
I
see you.
You can see.
No, wait. What if? Let's
ask the audience. You've seen the videos. You've seen what people do. There's some like young men like Ginto and Moges. You've seen the videos, whatever what they do. Tende, some people, if you want, like you, I'm very sure, maybe I don't know, people even have tried approaching you in a different way, like when you entertain nonsense or when you entertain crap.
What you don't do away with, you accept.
You accept it.
Yeah.
Trust me, it will come one day and mess you up even in your life.
But
you see, like you know here, you're a single lady, but there are things that you can never do, Tende, because the internet never forgets.
Man, let me tell you, there is something we call dignity.
Yeah.
Self-esteem, dignity, how you value yourself. That's what helps you to run your life in day-to-day life as a woman. If I don't have self value, I don't have self-dignity, I will fall for anything. You see? But my question is, Pablo, you saying that after joining YouTube, that's when they separated from their marriages. What if my husband becomes toxic because he has seen me getting some cash, earning some cash online?
Like me, I won't get toxic. For instance, when you see your partner doing what?
There are some. That is you.
Now, here's the thing. Tende. You know, I like protecting mostly my girls. I like training them on how to have, whether if their mother is there or not there, I know how to train them. You get that? You get that? I know what's bad, I know what's good. When I give them, for instance, this phone, I'll tell them, Mom, don't watch this. Even when they're watching some cartoons, my girls know. So, as a parent, we need to be responsible. As I'll say, YouTubers, you know, YouTubers now, you come like a face of the community. But from the community, most people in the world are watching us. Do you get that?
Yeah.
You get that? So let's try like to be role models. So for instance, like my young girls here now, when they're growing, when I tell them like, hey mom, it's not good either to do ABCD, they'll tell me that these people that you do with them content, but they are living well, they are living great without even either settling, I don't know, for instance, without being in their husbands. You get that? How will you challenge that kid? You get that? Come up with proper reasoning.
But still, I don't think that
there's one case that made even one person went completely off. I remember even now the guy was using the things that were bought to that person, and which is very, very bad.
Oh, they used to mistake me to be that
lady.
Yeah, I don't know if we look alike.
Yeah, you somehow look alike.
We look alike.
Yeah, you somehow look alike.
But that lady is so innocent. I had her story. She opened up to me. For those who have been watching me, they saw that. I think that's why they're mistaking me to this.
She's very innocent.
Very innocent.
But have you listened on the other part?
The husband.
The husband side.
No, he doesn't want to talk.
Also, yeah, he doesn't want. Because as a man, I think he decided like let him keep quiet. But trust you, me, Tende, I'm not supporting. I'm not in support.
We make mistakes.
Then if you make mistake,
why don't he change? Why don't someone?
If someone is a Trump, is a Trump.
Oh, it is getting hotter inside. It is getting hotter. No way.
So let's not let's not be now trying to put some I don't know what? How much some behaviors in the community like accommodate. Now it's good.
I'm not accommodating, but I'm saying that some people are not single.
One funny thing
out of choice.
One funny thing, when kids grow, one day they ask you if the mother is not there, they'll ask, where is my mom? When the dad is there, where did daddy go?
But me, to be honest,
and you'll start now poisoning them. No, we might don't poison them. Why should I poison them?
Me, I was brought
That's what I'm saying, that I'm ready for the right time.
Yeah.
I tell them like, okay, this and this and this happens.
But
now, on the other side, you see someone now poisoning. There's a guy that I saw. There was a case whereby they were parting ways with the partner. They went to the court. Even the kids, I really felt for the lady. The guy now telling even the kids, calling now their mom on their names, like, no, I don't know. I think you saw it on the news. Like, I don't know. She was a media personnel.
Yeah.
I really felt it for her. If I was that man, I wouldn't have gone to that extent. Like, now even if you want the fully, it's like upkeep. Do you call it upkeep or what? No, custody of the kids.
No, it's called
child
support.
Custody. You wanted to have all custody of the kids. Let's do it in a proper way. Because one day you are damaging these young souls. You get that? Let's do it we do mistakes, but do not involve our kids into that. Now, with that case where you were asked that question, still you've not answered that person. You've not answered.
I've answered him. I've said someone can become single out
by
of default. By default, someone can.
But now that person asked you.
Mama, out of
that person asked with a reason because he has evidence.
Yeah, that's the same case study of the Once Village. But I'm here giving the answer. That is out of by default.
Because the men
out of choice.
Remember when there's one guy. Now I've remembered the third case. There's one YouTuber who nicked someone's I don't know wife. Even that guy came with your neighbor from up there. That guy came. You're trying to figure out who's your neighbor. That guy came even on one of the channel and said what the problem was. One day I met that guy and told him, you know what, brother, I'm older than him. Man, don't come that week and you come on camera crying like, oh, my wife did this. No, move on, son. Move on to the next one. You know why, Tende? You know why what people don't, you know why people, come on. You know why God, times people try, like, you might be hanging out on something, but God has reasons. God is trying to remove away the obstacles.
The chaff.
Yeah, from, like, hey,
separating the chaff and
this is now the proper way. This is the proper way. And here we are. So, guys, maybe your last party.
Maybe in our next season, next episode, we shall dwell into the main causes of single parenting, right?
Yeah.
Because it cuts across both men and women. But you people
that's why I request you, if let me give an assignment. If you can manage, go look for, I think you're related to her, your cousin Nano. Go to, because she's elder than us.
Yeah.
Nano knows a lot, by the way. She knows a lot. If she's okay, we can host her. I'll ask her questions because I'm not happy that you go to side.
I will fire you like nobody's business.
I'll ask her questions. I'm not afraid to be fired, but I'll ask her questions. I know Nano is watching this, wherever you are.
She'll send you packing like Trump.
I'll ask her questions because I know her personality.
But you people are getting so personal.
It's not personal. Maybe the person who asked you, maybe he was like, no. Tende hasn't gone to the core problem of what's happening. I'm not in support of wife battering. I'm not in support of doing what? Domestic violence. Never. Tende, never. But now,
but why are you saying it is you to?
No, I gave two case studies.
Oh, okay. Whatever. Good people, thank you for watching to this end. My name is Tende_Marwa. Kindly go check me on my social media pages. I'm Tende_Marwa. What do you think about today's episode? Give your honest opinion. and get used to this beautiful face, because Sintake is still held up, and I will be standing in for him for sometimes, and he will be back very soon.
So guys, you'll be able to see you again. It's Pablo_KE. Go check me on social media. IG, it's Pablo_KE1. And follow me on YouTube. My YouTube channel name is Pablo_KE. Go watch, subscribe, and remember to subscribe to Nyabohanse Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
The Nyabohanse Podcast. We are back.
We are back
again,
and bigger.
like never before.
No more gossip. Real business.
See you on the next one. And you're saying bye.
Bye.